Sunlight is a form of energy. It is responsible for life as we know it, because without the sun to provide this energy, no living thing on Earth could exist. Human beings also depend on sunlight. It helps us to regulate the normal sleeping and waking day and night cycle. Sunlight provides illumination in every wavelength of the visible light spectrum, and sunlight is believed to influence a range of physiological functions. It is the natural form of light that humans have lived under for millennia. Unfortunately, the great majority of us no longer spend our days in a setting that is lighted the natural way. We live and work and go to school and even enjoy most of our relaxation indoors. Our modern lifestyle places us under artificial lighting. Whether it is from traditional incandescent bulbs or fluorescent, this conventional man-made illumination is less than ideal for many reasons. In contrast to the light from the sun, our technology produces this energy in only a portion of the light spectrum. This partial energy is also uneven in its bandwidth. Sunlight provides a broad and balanced range of wavelengths. This is natural light. Ordinary lighting can't reproduce those characteristics. Until now, with the Nikken KenkoLight.
The energy from the sun that reaches the surface of the planet is divided into three separate groups of energies. The first, about 7%, is ultraviolet. This is actually ionizing energy that you really don't want to get too much of. The other two are infrared and visible light. Now, infrared we know about. Nikken has lots of different products that are able to utilize the characteristics of far infrared and put those into products that allow us to take advantage of this nourishing energy that our bodies and our tissues resonate with. Let's move to the third, because that's the topic for today, and that's visible light. This is the portion of the spectrum that we use for navigation. It's the portion of the spectrum that contains the energies, the wavelengths, the colors that our eyes are sensitive to. And what people really don't understand is that if you don't get the correct type of light, the correct balance of energies, that if we don't see what's coming from the sun as nature intended it, we can cause a lot of problems. Artificial light, and that's most of the light we have indoors, most of the light we have at our desks, is actually mostly red and yellow. It's imbalanced, it's out of balance. And when we're under that influence for a long period of time, we become mal-illuminated. This is akin to becoming malnourished if you don't eat the proper balance of nutrients. And so in order to correct that, Nikken decided to take a look at full spectrum technology, to take a look at lights that give the proper balance of energy that simulates or mimics what the sun gives us. More importantly, we decided that besides the true balance as nature intended it of the various colors, we would also heighten the blue. And as it turns out, about 10 years ago, there was a very important study that was published by people at the University of Surrey in England. And what it demonstrated very clearly was that besides the rods and the cones on the retina of our eye, we also have a unique receptor. It's a neural behavior receptor that is sensitive to the blue light. And if you think about it, it makes sense, since when you wake up in the morning, what color is the sky? As things start to get dark, what color is the sky? Of course, it's blue. And so our sensitivity to the blue portion of the spectrum makes a lot of sense. And that study, plus other studies at Rensselaer Polytechnic, motivated us to put out a full spectrum light that has the balance of the visible colors that solar energy has with a blue enhanced.
Scientists at the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Lighting Research Center report that teenagers deprived of morning full-spectrum light are getting less sleep and possibly scoring below their ability levels on standardized exams. These researchers recommend the application of blue light, wavelengths that are largely absent in conventional lighting, but provided by the KenkoLight, as a solution. As it replicates normal daylight, the KenkoLight can help a sleeper to wake up on dark mornings. And when a full-spectrum light is turned off, the onset of darkness that signals the end of daytime may help the user to fall asleep more readily. KenkoLight even offers an important advantage over sunlight. Both can provide the full-spectrum rays found in natural light, but solar rays include energy in the ultraviolet spectrum, both UVA and UVB. Ultraviolet radiation is necessary for many processes, including plant growth. But too much ultraviolet absorbed by the skin can be very harmful. Excessive ultraviolet exposure may cause premature skin aging, In fact, ultraviolet radiation from the sun is the leading cause of skin pathology. KenkoLight produces no ultraviolet rays. It offers most of the benefits of sunlight without the risks.
If you look in the marketplace and you examine what the other full spectrum lamps offer, you'll find that lots of them include ultraviolet energy in addition to the visible portion of the spectrum. When we sat down and thought about what the KenkoLight should be like, how it should be designed, and how people would use it, we made the determination that we did not want to include ultraviolet, and I'll tell you why. UV energy is what we call ionizing. It has the capacity to break bonds, which means you should only get a small amount of it every day. Now, it becomes important for us to understand that ultraviolet on our skin stimulates the production of vitamin D, and so you can use ultraviolet for that. However, in a lamp, we determined that we would not have the UV because we wanted to be able to use the lamp all day. We wanted to have it on while we're doing our work. We wanted to have it on while we're doing our reading. We wanted our kids to be able to use it when they're studying. And so the elimination of UV was important. And we determined that if people want no vitamin D or they need to get vitamin D, they can simply supplement. So in the end, what we did was we stuck to just the visible colors, just the visible wavelengths of energy, and mimicked or balanced it in the same way that the sun does, with the blue portion enhanced.
A problem with ordinary lighting is known as flicker. Conventional electric lights operate at frequencies that create a rapid shimmering effect. You may not even be aware of it, but this flicker can cause eye strain and add to the feeling of fatigue. The KenkoLight features advanced LED technology. Its light-emitting diodes produce a constant stream of steady, soothing illumination without flickering. This form of LED light is also naturally softer, without the glare that light bulbs cause.
There are a couple of different technologies that you can choose from in order to produce this balanced full spectrum of colors. You can do fluorescent, or you can do solid-state LEDs, or light-emitting diodes. We took a look at the advantages of both and decided that clearly the LEDs were preferred without question. In the case of the fluorescents, what we have are bulbs that have phosphors on the inside of the glass. They also have heavy metals, in this case mercury, that make them difficult and environmentally unsafe when it comes time to dispose of them. Also makes them dangerous if it gets knocked over, if one of the kids kicks it. The other thing about fluorescent that we didn't like is that they flicker. By their very nature, by the way that they use electrons to create the light, it results in a flickering, and the flickering can fatigue you, the flickering can tire you out, and it's just unwanted. So we went to the LEDs, where it was solid state, where we could get clean energy exactly in the balance we wanted. We could do it with environmentally safe, we could do it with less energy, even less energy than the fluorescent, and of course infinitely less energy than an incandescent. LED is the way to go.
In the morning hours, KenkoLight can support natural day-night rhythms in waking and promote morning alertness. During the evening and before bedtime, regular use of KenkoLight can assist in supporting the normal sleep cycle. During the day, KenkoLight provides the full-spectrum visible light normally furnished by sunlight without the sun's harmful UV rays. KenkoLight is an ideal desk or work lamp because its flicker-free LED technology reduces glare and potential for eye strain. KenkoLight is designed as a full-function lighting fixture that is practical for use in everyday applications. But it's much more than an ordinary light. KenkoLight full-spectrum illumination, only from Nikken.